next session, which is going to be Global Procurement and SCM Excellence Summit 2025's Vendors to Value Partners, Driving Co-Innovation Through Strategic Supplier Collaboration. To be the moderator for this particular session, I would like to call on stage Elizabeth Jacob, Senior Manager, Commercial Analytics, Solutionec. Thank you so much. Please. Yes, please. We request you to be seated. Rohit Kalyankar, Vice President, IDTC, Intellect Design Arena. Right. So Mr. Akhil Jindal is representing IDTC Intellect Design Arena. So please. It's an honor to have you on stage. Please be seated. Next, I would like to call on stage Subhendu Acharji, Manager ENY. Mr. Subhendu Acharji, Manager ENY. Please, sir. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to call on stage Vinod Paratkar, Director, Indo-Asian Business Advisory. Okay. Mr. Shashidhar Krishnamurthy, Solution Architect and Data Engineering Leader, Solutionec. Thank you so much to be present here, sir. Next, I would like to call on stage Mr. Sriram Subramani, Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer, Solutionec.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Today, we are unpacking a shift that is redefining how businesses operate across industry, moving from transactional vendor setup to a true value partnership. So our panel here brings today perspectives from automotive industry, supply chain, HR, digital engineering, and AI sectors, which is undergoing mass transformation. So to all the panelists here discussing about the big shift from vendor to value partner, what is the most fundamental shift in your industry that has forced organizations to move beyond transactional vendors and embrace true value partnership? Maybe in one line, please.
Yeah, hi everyone, and thanks for the opportunity for bringing me here for this lovely audience in this session. So answer to your question for bringing in the change for the transaction shift, it would be, if I summarize, it would be a trust and a co-partnership, or if I say a co-ownership between the vendor and the company would play a major role.
Hello everyone, thanks for having me here. So answering to the question, what is the one important thing that will drive the innovation or driving supply chain into partnership into value creation, that is market forces and the competitive landscape that we have across the globe, that is actually driving that particular change. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So I represent I basically work with most of the pharma companies and the healthcare life sciences industry. So one of the biggest shift in this industry is from mass production to maybe a precision medicine and precision healthcare. So earlier we used to manufacture one drug for millions of people, and now it has come down to maybe one personalized therapy for a person, right? So that is actually driving the value partnership with the industry in pharma. Thank you.
All right. So one of the things that's really driving the shift, Lisa, in my opinion, I think companies need to have the ability to recognize that they have limitations. And especially in the world where there is a lot of expectation from AI, and people need to implement AI and want to see impact, they realize that these capabilities don't lie in-house. And when these capabilities don't lie in-house, they need to rely on partners, right? So specialized capabilities come from there. And that is what is driving the shift, in my opinion, that having the ability to recognize, I don't have this in-house, I need to partner with someone to get this, right? So that's what I've noticed, at least.
Thank you all the panelists. This has been very insightful. So coming back to Subendu, so you are from manufacturing and supply chain, right? Yeah. So are Indian organizations still operating in a transactional cost forward paradigm, or is there a genuine shift towards a collaborative ecosystem? Is it underway? What are the structural and the competitive forces which are accelerating the shift?
So the question has multiple dimensions, right? And if I try to explain this from where Indian manufacturing stands from a global competitive landscape point of view, there we can see that companies are diversifying from different major global manufacturing companies, and India is one of those options, right? There has been a shift in the market in the EV manufacturing, aerospace, pharmaceuticals, which is one of those sectors, or these sectors are some sectors which are doing very good across the globe. So these are the two things that I would say is actually driving the global manufacturing landscape. And if I now really look into where India is positioned in such a condition that it has the capacity. It has 1.4 billion people, which can be an asset if utilized in a proactive manner, the way we want to utilize them. It has a domestic market which is very resilient and giving very good results in the past quarters. These two are the factors which position India in a place where it can become one of those manufacturing. But coming to an Indian manufacturing context, it is not that one solution fits all, right? If you look into the larger manufacturing ecosystem, the larger manufacturing organization who are actually setting up their operations in India, or be a GCC kind of a setup they are setting here in India, I would say they are at par at a value creation level with their partners. Now, coming to mid-size operations in India, who are actually supporting those big manufacturing organizations as a partner value creation, they are keeping up with that particular pace, and India is actually, or that particular segment is catching up to that particular race, I would say. But if you really look into the segment where MSMEs and small manufacturing, that particular segment is not there right now. So it's not one solution that fits all. As India is a diverse country, its manufacturing base also has a diverse range, and from that perspective, each segment has their own way of operation as of today.
Thank you. This is insightful. So, as you said, right, not one fits all, not one size fits all. So, which brings a question for you, Mr. Akhil. Where is co-innovation creating the most impact today? Whether it's in automation, whether it's a connected ecosystem, predictive operations, or sustainability. So what capabilities the global clients are now considering as non-negotiable?
First of all, I would like to bring up just a brief background about how the automation or how the digitization we are taking it. I represent Intellect Design Arena, which is a 30-year-old company into the product transformation into digital space. And if I ask the audience that if anyone 8 years back when we were in 2017 and 18, have we ever thought that our wallets would be going off and we would be using mobiles for digital payments? But yes, we started with it, and now India is the largest country which is using the UPI payments. So we have to consider that where the global market is heading to and how they are perceiving the automation to be taken up. Now, if I talk about being a technology provider, we are ahead of the time. We are taking it very seriously. If I talk just generally, I'll take a couple of minutes to give a background of our company. Heading back in 2016, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, has thought of taking up the manual procurement from public into a digital platform, and they built GEM. So we got GEM represented yesterday also and today also, and we are proudly, we feel proud to say that we were partner with Ministry of Commerce and Industry way back in 2017, and Intellect were the one who created this GEM platform, and we maintained, operate, we train. It was very tough for all users across the government departments to train into digital mode of procurement. But yes, slowly, gradually, they have adapted, and now it is 100% mandate by the government to use GEM platform for each and every tender. Now, coming back to your question here, that when we can have that at a public procurement level for the government enterprises, where we have government officers which were using this for the 50, 60 years of manual filing systems, generating RFP through documents, doing evaluation and all. Now they are doing it digital way. So when the demand is there in the global market for a co-innovation, for adapting the practices, we should be ahead. Now, if I talk about automation, yes, being a co-innovation, these companies always predict that we should see a company in India for a joint operation, but they always look for intelligent automation, as you says, the predictive operations and sustainability. And the company who's managing it, speed, transparency and sustainability will lead the way. And they would have a non-negotiable capabilities where it comes on AI-driven approach. If any company is using the AI-driven approach for data validations and all, they will head to that. Plus, they always see that there is a system interoperability or a compatibility where the systems in the company can integrate with their systems. So they do that. And I must say, many of the companies in India, they are using it and they are adapting the AI-driven approach and their automation in their procurement functions and supply chain functions. Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very helpful and insightful as well. So, Mr. Sashidhara, we want to understand a perspective from healthcare and pharma as well. So we understand that healthcare and pharma adopt technology slowly because of compliance, legacy system, and risk sensitivity, right? So what specifically holds back IT partners from moving beyond delivering work to become value architects, in this sort of an industry as well?
Thank you, Lisa, for asking this question. It's kind of a paradox, So the industry which is manufacturing miracles, drugs which can cure cancer or anything instantly, but then they're not able to adopt IT, and their adoption is in a very snail pace, right? That there are three major anchor points here, as you rightly said. One is the compliance. Second one is the legacy systems, and third, the vendor trap, right? So these are the three major anchor points which is actually making the IT adoption or the adoption a little slow. Now, coming to the compliance, compliance is being seen as a disruptor than a kind of design methodology, right? Now, why is it so disruptive? Is because one, if you fail, right, either it costs the life of a person, or it is basically costing you billions of dollars in fines, right? So generally what happens is IT vendors or the vendors are unable to sustain that, or they go from a mindset of, okay, let me stick to the specs rather than trying to do something innovative, right? So that's something is a fundamental shift that we have to bring in as a value architect. Now coming to the legacy systems, yeah, again, they have created a lot of silos in place because of the legacy systems. So they have like, and coming to pharma industry, there are like multiple different systems that come into picture here, right? You have the ERP systems, you have the CRM systems, you have multiple other systems. They don't talk to each other, and then when you want to act fast, there is no way in which you can overcome this legacy systems. So the only way that we can get to resolve this is like kind of, you have to start looking at retiring these legacy systems in a smart way rather than trying to maintain it in a cheap way, right? So that is the second anchor point. The third anchor point is your vendor trap, where your the pharma companies usually look at the IT vendors as office chairs or something, where you are looking at, like, say, maybe lowest cost, least cost first kind of a thing, right? Now, from there to becoming a value architect in this proposition, it fundamentally requires a change in the way we are thinking, right? So instead of thinking in terms of, okay, let me stick to the specs, give me what can I do, right? We should start looking at maybe saying, why are we doing this? How do I look at the bigger picture in terms of what ailment or what difference we're going to bring in the human life, right? So that is something we'll have to start looking at. And yes, now that's changing, as rightly the other panelists have mentioned, right? There is a boom of GCCs in India where we are looking at maybe instead of looking at as a low-cost center for their back-end activities, we have been looking up to as partners in innovation. We are working with cutting-edge designs, R&D activities, right? So that is one of the fundamental shift that we are seeing right now. But yeah, nevertheless, as I told, right? So if we have to get into becoming a value partner, it's a handshake between the pharma industry as well as the partners, where the pharma industries should start involving the vendors upfront, where you're basically not telling them what you're supposed to do, instead how they can help solve a problem, business problem, right? And from a vendor perspective, again, we have to start looking at giving solutions not at the cost of your billing rates, but yeah, at a cost where you are able to take the shared business outcomes, right? So
Thank you. So I think this leads me to another question on AI, right? AI has shifted the innovation power-centric suppliers with strong AI capabilities, increasingly shaping the roadmap rather than waiting for the requirements, right? So according to your perspective, Mr. Sriram, what do you think, how is AI redefining what value partnership is?
That's an interesting question, because I think there is a lot of expectation from AI, as I said earlier, right? But the power dynamic between vendor and client is shifting because of AI. So what is happening is basically earlier, the roadmaps or the vision was created by the client, and then they brought in the vendor to implement that roadmap. But now the entire shift is happening that they need to co-develop the roadmaps together, right? Because they don't know the industry-wide knowledge. When I talk about a client organization, they have expertise about their products and about their supply chain. But there are industry best practices, etc., which vendors can bring in, which they don't have. So they need to now start co-developing overall like roadmaps together, right? And one good example is where Walmart, past 4 or 5 years, I think even more, like almost 6 or 7 years now, they have been working with a company called Symbiotic to develop their AI capabilities, right? And they also acquired a stake in that company. That shows like how important it is for a company like Walmart, right, to have these kind of AI capabilities strategically. I think second major thing is in terms of data, right? So in terms of data, there again needs to be a kind of co-ownership between vendor and the client. And what this enables, because any AI requires data behind the scenes, right? You just can't go and ask the AI, please give me an answer to this. It needs to know the context of your company. It needs to know in what situation you're making a decision. These are things which AI really needs to be trained on before you can deploy it for a company, right? So an example here, for example, in the UK, the National Health Service, I think they are working with a company called Palantir. And basically what they do is bring together the data from every healthcare facility in the UK. So earlier, every trust, so in the UK, like usually healthcare is driven by different trusts. So you have like, let's say Koramangala Trust, like JP Nagar Trust, so regional trusts. But in the UK, what this company has been able to do is they have merged all the data across the entire country into one database. Now I can also go and download it. I'm using that data for some analysis. So I know that's there. So this kind of like co-ownership of data is the second big thing, right? And then the third is more in terms of speed. How quickly you can bring out a solution. So how quickly you can bring out a solution is again driven by how closely you can work together as vendor and partner, right? So because as a partner, you need to take some of that ownership. And when you take some of that ownership, you are able to develop much more impactful solutions, right? So if you look at example of Novartis with Microsoft, they partnered with Microsoft to understand entire genomics data and develop new drugs quickly, like through computer simulation, right? So this type of AI usage is very interesting because it helps you go through multiple sort of pilot studies at one shot and come to, okay, these are the ones that I need to take forward to a more physical kind of a study, right? So that kind of shortening or velocity gain is what some of these AI solutions can help. But you would notice that most of the examples I have quoted are big companies, right? They're really big companies, but they partner with much smaller companies because that agility is also very important when it comes to AI implementation, right? So I think these are like the 3-4 broad areas that need to be focused on.
Thank you, Mr. Sriram. Very, very insightful. So Mr. Subendu, if I look at supply chain resilience, it's a global priority, right? So how do value partnership and shared innovation model enable organizations to build a more adaptive, digital, integrated, and disrupt-proof supply chain? What are your thoughts on that?
Again, I would like to peel that particular question into different topics, right, or different areas. So if I look into broader supply chain concept, there are 4 different areas that we should focus on. First is source, second is plan, third is make, and fourth is deliver. So source, plan, make, and deliver, these are the 4 aspects of supply chain where in any organizations that you work, any product that you build has these 4 verticals, right? And in these 4 verticals, the degree of co-innovation, the requirement of the partners, the existing workforce skill and abilities, their trainings varies. Now let's take an example of supply chain planning. There are multiple tools and technologies that are available, and some of the previous speaker has already spoken about this on the supply chain visibility, right? There are n number of tools which can provide supply chain visibility to a degree for all the organizations. But the organization you are operating into, you need to decide what are your problem areas, what are your key competencies, what is the challenge that you are trying to solve for your customers, your value partners, for a longer term benefit. So these are the few aspects from an organization point of view needs to be understood, not only at a strategic level, but also at an operational level. So that's the first thing. Second thing is all about understanding your partners who are available in the market, what is their core competencies, what are the capabilities that these tools brings in. What is my, again, very important point that has been brought up related to data sharing, data protection, what kind of NDAs that you're going to sign when you are delivering along with your partners, that needs to be taken into account. So there are two different forces which needs to marry, right? One is your external thing, what your partners are bringing in. Second thing is, as an organization, what your core capabilities are and what problems that you are trying to solve. That will define what kind of long-term vision or what kind of solutions that we will bring in. How your partners is going to help you, not from a short-term perspective, but from a long-term perspective. And these examples that I provided in the supply chain planning space also equally applies to your manufacturing, right? How much percentage or make versus buy decision, how much you will produce, how much your partners will produce, what is the frequency that you will get a raw material or intermittent raw material into your factory to get the finished good out of the factory warehouse. Similar thing applies to source. Source is a very important thing, right? Because it not only starts from what you are or what you need, basically what your partners and partners needs to give you that particular product. Again, someone from the previous speaking panel has spoken about only we have tier 1 level partners visibility that is there as per the legacy system. Now, if I have to further drill down and go into T2, T3, how I am going to integrate that particular data in my ecosystem, that also plays a major role. Somebody also talks about vendor risk, resilience, and all these things. Those things are also becoming a major thing while you decide what kind of supply chain resiliency that you will bring in, or what kind of product that you will deal with. And finally, the delivery, right? Now, in last 10, 15 years with the e-commerce boom, that delivery has become again multi-model, multi-transport level, and all those things will define a clear roadmap for your product, which will bring supply chain efficiency. So, in a nutshell, again, source, plan, make, deliver in each and every segment. You need to understand your internal capabilities and your partners' availability related to the capacity or the skill sets that they bring in, and decide the next path forward. So that would be my take on that, though it's a very long answer, but that's how you will do it.
Sure, thank you. So this question, as a last wrap-up question to all the panelists, in one line, what is the single cultural or the organizational shift required to move from a vendor management to a genuine co-innovation partner? What would your answer be? Maybe we'll start with Mr. Please.
So my thought on this one is, in one liner, it's a change management, how you are bringing change management into your entire ecosystem of your enterprise as well as your partner's enterprise. That will define the next gen of things.
All right. What about you, Mr. Akhil?
Yeah, to me, it's a transactional shift, because we should not consider our vendors as a vendor only. We should consider them as a partner, and we always believe that due to the trust, transparency, and joint value creation, we can have a partnership with them.
Thank you. What about what do you think, Mr. Shashidhara, on this aspect? Yeah.
On this aspect, just to wrap up in one sentence, I mean, the true value architects builds on not from for long-term success and not for a short-term billing. So
Right.
we need to start looking at value, how many patients' life we have saved, rather than how many billable hours we have put into the system.
Definitely, absolutely. What about you, Mr. Shriram?
So I think two things I believe will really be important here, right? The first one is building trust. I think Akhil also mentioned that, but building trust is really important for any adoption, right? So for anything new, even you remember last year WhatsApp changed their privacy settings, and so many people said, oh, we should leave WhatsApp and let's join Telegram or something. There was like that trust
Right.
factor was broken, right? So
Yes.
first is building trust. I think that's a big thing. Second element, which I believe is economic sustainability, right? It needs to work out for both the partners. How are you going to fund this initiative? From where is that money going to come? Okay, first year you will do the setup. How are you going to run it going forward? Who is going to pay for it, right? These kind of economic sustainability is another very important element, I think, which usually gets missed out.
Thank you very much. This concludes the end of the panel discussion, but now the floor is open to the audience for questions. Just a general rule, please introduce yourself and which panelist you would like to address this question. Do you have any questions, please? Right. So, yes, we can take this offline as well. So I think we will conclude this panel discussion for sure. And I would like to thank all the panelists for your valuable insights and taking the time here to join this discussion on this very insightful topic. The wonderful audience, and also aware as well. The insights today have highlighted one truth, right? Co-innovation is not a procurement strategy for sure. It's a business capability which is built on trust, economic sustainability. One size approach wouldn't fit. And also co-developing a roadmap together with co-ownership, agility between the vendor and the client. So this is one truth. So the companies that has mastered the true value partnership will definitely lead the next wave of transformation. Thank you, one and all.
We would like to thank with a small love and gratitude momentum from our end. Thank you so much for being here and going ahead and sharing such an insightful and a deep thought with regards to the particular topic, and the moderator did a great job. Thank you for that. Thank you for sure. Last but not the least, though. Once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to call on stage Mr. Saravana J. I would like to call on stage Mr. Saravana J, VP of Snyder.
Good afternoon. I think it's already evening. It's going to be very soon. It's going to be late night now. Okay, my name is Saravana. I head the cluster in Schneider Electric. A few of them are still left to watch this So actually, I wanted to discuss about the digital transformation in one of the plants in Hyderabad. We had a lot of discussions today on AI, but this is actual implementation of AI. What we want to show you is what is that we have implemented in one of the plants in Hyderabad. So let me go ahead and then showcase what is that we did. This is our journey from 2006 to 2022. 22 we got the advanced lighthouse. It's a very there are very few companies in India with advanced lighthouse. Advanced lighthouse, I think there are 3 or 4 companies in India which has got, and one of that is Schneider Electric, and that too in Hyderabad. We have 32 companies in India, and Hyderabad plant is one of them. I think it's self-explanatory. See, we establish manual processes as every SME goes through. Then it is process automation. Then we go into all the digital solutions other than process automation, other than manual inputs. Then we go into I will go into the details in the next slides. See, where we receive material is warehouse. We have automated supplier processes, warehouse processes, production, outgoing up to customers. So let me get into detail. I think we do not have much time. So within suppliers, see, this is the journey that we have gone through. In suppliers, what we have done is we have something called Kinaxis forecasting. How do you forecast accurately and then in time for them to get the material? We also have their SSP, that is, once they invoice, within the lead time, you get the information so that you can do the next process is entry into the warehouse. So entry into the warehouse is digitized. That means the SSP has all the data of what is the supplier invoice, supplier quantity, what are the material, everything, and then you just scan it and then you get it into your warehouse and then you do the GRN. So that's also automated. The next one is production. In production we have everything. This will need at least a half a day session for me to explain all these processes, tools, and because it has taken us 8-9 years of journey to implement this. It will not be so easy to, and I think people want to go home now, maybe. Yeah. So outgoing is also completely automated. Once the production is confirmed, you actually get it into the invoicing, and then invoicing, just the person in the logistics has to confirm based on the vehicle size and the amount quantity MOQs. Based on that, I think you can get the invoices. And also for the customer ordering, there is a software called MAHE. Inside the MAHE, we have almost 6 lakh products inside our portfolio, and inside the 6 lakh products, you can select any product with the MOQs, lead time, quality, whatever, all the specs, because each specs has something called, we have made to order, made to stock, made to engineered to order. There are various kinds of products. So you can get the engineered to order product as well. Inside this, you can customize all the specifications inside that. So that's a software by itself where the customer can configure his products. Also, we have for his customer feedback, customer complaints, everything, there is a software, and then we get into the next level of root cause analysis and RCA and Kappa. What's the advantage of implementing? Because SMEs always have this problem of, this is a very costly process, is expensive, maybe for SME it could be also a luxury. But we have to justify, even for our level of investments, we have to justify the investments. So this is the output of what we have got after doing it. See, 30% reduction in CO2, reduction in NQC, non-quality cost, is about 54%. Reduction in PPM at customer level is 48% after all these things were done. 68 in lead times. This is very, very important. Lead times are very because that's a very unique advantage for the customer. You get it in, for example, the competitor is giving it in 4 weeks, you give it in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. That itself is an advantage in the marketplace. Reduction in MDR, that is the in-process reduction, is called MDR. Improvement in customer satisfaction score. This is we do the net promoter score calculation for the customer. That's about 48%. And improvement in line efficiency, that's the operator efficiency, that's by 9%. So these are the savings. You can see that in kilo euro, year on year, we have got some very good savings. 185 kilo euro. This is 185 is multiplied by 100 for the rupees. Can we play the video? Actually, I will show that we have summarized this in a video to make it more visually appealing and then to be more summarized.
Schneider Electric, a global specialist in energy management and automation with operations in more than 100 countries, welcomes you to GSC Hyderabad plant, the first smart factory in India. Powered by EcoStruxure, driving digital transformation and process automation. Set up over a decade ago to deliver medium and low voltage distribution and industrial control products and further growing consistently with future-ready new offers. The factory has transformed from traditional lean manufacturing to smart manufacturing by leveraging EcoStruxure solutions to improve its safety, reliability, efficiency, sustainability and connectivity.
EcoStruxure is Schneider Electric's IoT-enabled, plug-and-play, open, interoperable architecture and platform, which allows innovation at every level from connected products to edge control, and apps, analytics and services. Leveraging our deep domain knowledge and applied experience in 4 end markets, we deploy solutions based on 6 validated reference architectures: building, power, IT, machine, plant, and grid. At the heart of our IoT system architecture is the EcoStruxure platform connecting everything in our facility, from the shop floor to the top floor. EcoStruxure Building is an open, scalable, and secure collaborative Internet of Things platform that connects everything from sensors to services to unlock building value. This innovative solution makes buildings and the people within work smarter by driving efficiency, comfort, and productivity. Facility managers gain a comprehensive and highly revealing view of a building, enabling them to play a more strategic and proactive role with immediate insights on a building's performance. Hyderabad site has integrated video expert, security expert, and fire expert in one platform of EcoStruxure Building, with connected products like laser-based smoke detectors, access door controllers, smart CCTV cameras, fire control panels, CO2 sensors, dust level sensors, temperature and humidity sensors.
Power Monitoring Expert is the window to digitized power network. It leverages IoT connectivity and distributed intelligence to provide flexibility and adaptability needed for the IoT-enabled future, bringing unique new capabilities that make it simpler to protect people and assets, keep operations running, and save time and money. PME allows to make informed decisions for improving power system performance. It ensures reliable network operation, equipment performance, and reduced network outages, thereby delivering more than 15% energy savings year on year. These initiatives have been appreciated at various national and global platforms.
EcoStruxure Machine has brought us key technologies for product connectivity and edge control on our premises to provide analytics and digital services for smart operations. All of our state-of-art machines to send critical data to Magellan's Edge Box to provide real-time data to Insight Online for actionable intelligence. Online condition monitoring of critical parameters with respect to machines to track and notify technicians about abnormalities, enables timely preventive actions to reduce unpredicted downtimes. EcoStruxure Augmented Operator Advisor is helping us to improve operational efficiency with augmented reality, enabling technicians to superimpose current data and virtual objects to propose corrective action and reduce people dependency. The smart factory processes are digitized end-to-end. The plant incoming quality control is equipped with cutting-edge technologies for measurement of complex profile parts by state-of-art instruments to handle 4,000+ parts efficiently. Digital truck management system monitors complete tracking of parts from the supplier. Smart ASN receiving process identifies red and green channel suppliers for an efficient put-away process. Smart data capturing of incoming parts and e-Kanban for material replenishment.
In EcoStructure plant, we have deployed lean digitization system which is scalable and adaptable operations performance management tool built using IoT concepts. Eonda has replaced manual tracking of barriers and improves efficiency and response time of support functions. Smart alerts are empowering the shop floor teams on all barriers and helps to identify the early signals and continuous improvement opportunities. E-performance module provides real-time production output and efficiency monitoring. E-work order management has eliminated manual recording of orders, thereby improving service level to our customers by flawless execution. We have deployed advanced technologies for rapid prototyping, digital work instructions, automatic material movement and robotics for improved productivity and seamless manufacturing.
We have digital tracking of parts, critical process parameters, line and man-through traceability tool. ProQMS module helps to calculate real-time process capability by creating control chart dashboards and send notifications if the process goes out of control. Digitization of checklists has been realized by implementing QDisc. Smart Rejection Tracker is an add-on to track non-quality cost with auto alert, historical data, criticality, and isochronous chart through data analysis. With the help of GSC Analytics team, business intelligent tools are enabling us to take quick actions. And our decision makers have the access of all the needy information always, anytime, and from any device. Automated guided vehicle for evacuation of finished goods through intelligent routing system enables us to improve support function efficiency. Finished goods are scanned to ensure correct reference and quantity, then dispatched to each and every customer every time across the globe.
Akshara, the world-class training center at Hyderabad, is designed to create and deliver effective manufacturing training programs for onboarding people, simulation-based trainings to demonstrate safety procedures, ergonomy, quality consciousness, lean concepts, warehouse operations and a digital learning corner for e-learning. At the end of training, digital skill assessment is done using voting pads and sustained with digitized versatility management tool to track and improve skill levels. This smart factory is equipped with passionate team of close to 1,000 direct employees representing around 19 states from the country, with 2/3 of our workforce being women. The workplace is fine amalgamation of variety of initiations and infrastructure to facilitate all aspects of well-being like physical, emotional, social, mental and spiritual.
The smart team at Hyderabad, powered by EcoStructure, demonstrates the latest advancement in mobility, cloud technology, sensing, analytics and cybersecurity for manufacturing world-class mission-critical products by tapping into the true potential of the Internet of Things. We, at Schneider Electric Hyderabad, ensure that life is on, everywhere, for everyone, at every moment.
Any questions?
Can do, but is there any opportunity for the vendors for the supply chain development with our members?
So you are asking for business opportunities or visit opportunities? What is it? Business opportunity. I think you should visit. You should check with the. See, we have a procurement process. The procurement process is very fair and transparent. We already have an existing supplier base. Whenever the supplier base is actually failing, we look for other vendors, alternate vendors, and then you can always approach the procurement teams, and then it's all innovation. It's about innovation, cost efficiency, people efficiency, shop floor management, quality. You can always approach. Yeah, no issue. Actually, as part of CII, we are part of the CII in Hyderabad. You can also, because a lot of CII teams have come in, we have made this video available for them also. You can also visit CII. We do encourage, because as part of this, World Economic Forum, Advanced Lighthouse, we are supposed to develop many advanced lighthouses around us. That's also a social responsibility for us. So we are also encouraging this kind of visits. Yeah.
Is there any possibility that MSMEs can work with you to understand how to build a smart facility of factory?
Yeah, it's a journey actually. Whatever is your pain points, how we have done is, whatever is our pain point, we have taken each pain points and then start to address it in a very systematic way. because you cannot address everything in one go. It takes a long time. It takes about 5 years, 6 years, because we have taken about 7 years or so. This is in 2023 when I was there as the head of this plant. Today, we are more than almost 70, 80 integrated softwares. It can be done. You need to have a structured approach. You need to have the patience. You should be invested into this kind of things, so that this is a long-term gain. Initially, you need to spend some time, resource. You get the ROI in about 3 years, or sometimes even in 5 years. Yeah.
Another question. So we have a lot of automation-related things. Schneider has a lot of automation. Is there any where we can identify where an MSME can adopt these kind of automations using your own products?
Yeah, it is possible. We have a lot of suppliers, we have a lot of integrators, we have a lot of distributors. Give your problem statement to these guys. They will give, with our products, you will get the solutions.
Where can I identify them?
Sorry?
Where can I identify them? On your website?
Distributors? Distributors, you will get it on in our websites. There are a lot of automation guys who use our products, integrators, basically integrators, and then you can approach them. They will also give it to us, give it to you. Okay, if you have no questions, thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks to Shamla Madam for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us and share your insights on how innovation, especially innovation integrated across all departments at Schneider Electric. Your presentation offered a clear foster, a culture of continuous improvement and advanced technology adoption throughout the organization. We truly appreciated the depth of knowledge, real-world example, and enthusiasm you brought to the session, even though there were very less crowd over here. It not only broadened our understanding of Schneider's innovation ecosystem, but also motivated us to think differently about the future of technology in our own work. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Next, I would like to call on stage Mr. Naganayan KM, the co-founder and CEO of Inclo Solution Private Limited, Prime IPAC and Brandzy. Please.
So currently we are supposed to talk about defense and civil coming together, becoming a technology base where both of the technology can be used for defense and civil and become more resilient supply chain. That was the topic we were supposed to discuss. So basically, my 2 cents about defense and civil. We have been working with defense sectors being in the packaging industry. We have been working with HL, we have been working with Bell, we have been working with other PSUs also. So couple of things when Manohar Parikarji came to power about a decade back, so he made privatization of things very easy and people getting into defense. So that is where I think I got to meet him in one of the events where we took a technology transfer in one of the things from Manohar Parikarji. So that was the thing when I understood that there is a possibility that we can work together in defense and the things are changing. Now, as we see, a lot of things have changed in terms of how the MSME and the defense work together. A lot of the things, implementation from the MSME side or the civilian side has also happened. Like packaging innovations, we see a lot of things have brought in, new technologies have been brought in. Initially, if you used to work with any of the PSUs, you used to get some technical details from them, which used to be 2-3 decades old. And we are supposed to go with the same thing. So that was the kind of change which has happened in the last decade, where you have the PSUs and the defense also has implemented from the civil, and also the defense technologies has come to the civilian side. So this becomes more important that we work together from defense and civil, so that the technology, any disruptions in the global market will be avoided. One of the things I know is safety of the country, right? So some of the speakers was talking about chips disruption. So our defense equipment is also dependent on the chips. If we don't get chips, we don't have missiles, we don't have so many things. Now I think the government has taken a lot of steps to bring in semiconductor factories to India so that we don't have those kind of disruptions. So that is becoming more resilient as a Indian context. So similarly, I think we need to work a lot and make sure that we are more resilient. I'm talking from perspective of India, as we becoming more and more self-sustainable through our own, demands and supplies. We have to be more resilient towards global whatever disruptions. So I was talking to one of our customers, and they're present in about 110 countries. So since last 2 years, they're saying their exports have dropped down by 40% and domestic consumption has increased by 60%. And they're into mining equipment, basically. So this shows that our internal demand is more than what we are doing exports to the other countries. So that makes us more responsible to become more resilient in-house in the country, right? So that is my views. Yeah, thank you so much. I would have wanted to discuss more, but due to the disruptions in whatever, so we are not able to discuss a lot of things. But yes, we need to be more resilient in-house. My only last question to you all is that we should just think about this as a India, as a whole, as a country. For us to be more secure, we need to be more self-reliant and more local. Thank you so much.
I would like to thank you for such a short, crisp, thought-provoking talk. It was deep dive into the disruption in global supply chains, the challenges business face in this rapidly changing environment. You helped us not just understand the problems, but also had a thought-provoking questions. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call on stage Mr. Manoj from BHEL Solar Division to address the audience.
So thank you, Avik, and thank you for this opportunity for bringing us to this forum. So as a BHL would be touching our lives, more so because more than 50 to 55% of the power equipments have been supplied by BHL in India. And at any given point of time, you would have the association with BHL, say in any other sector like the power, transmission, energy, the transportation, defense, now solar, BESS, and we have forayed into a multitude of diversified areas. So what I would like to inform the gathering is basically that we at Solar Business Division in Bangalore have a multitude of products here. We cater to the power business, that is to the transmission lines in terms of insulators and composite. Then we have the regular porcelain insulators, and then also we have the new age technologies which are already been initiated. We are doing the one of the Northeast Agra was the line which we have in the transmission line which we have done, and this has a lot of potential to the Indian market. And the transmission sector alone is growing at the rate of 6.4%. So this provides a very wide opportunity to the business partners that we call to partner with us for various items that we would require. And as rightly said by Mr. Nagnayan also, the Ministry of Defence has opened up to 75% of the procurement from the domestic sources. That translates to around 1.2 lakh crores of the business for the domestic users. Forget the dependency on the foreign, the Rafales or the other things which we just broadly always we speak about. But you just imagine 75% is reserved for the domestic users. So there is a huge opportunity in the defense sector as well. And we also are supplying the SRGMs for our INS, Nilgiri and various other the army things as well. Certain things are classified, so we may not be able to disclose. And on the other sector, we are into the transportation business as well. So all the Vande Bharat sets that has been into the foray of our fast transportation and the comfort and the convenience. So we along with our partner have taken the biggest of the orders for supplying the Vande Bharat Express, the logistic, I mean the logics and the various equipments in that as well. And rightly, our rail wheel factory in Yelahanka, this actually sources, they basically make the wheels. The technology of making wheels is not very, very simple. And throughout the world, there's only one supplier who's able to give the pouring tube for the railway applications. And in India, as of today, we are the only approved source for the railways. We have done the import substitution for this item, which is a ceramic item, which has been corely designed, developed by our team at the Solar Business Division. And also, we do approximately 40% of all our procurements through MSMEs. The target mandated by the government may be around 25%, but we have consistently and been excessively achieving the our procurements through MSMEs. And we are also proud to say that approximately 2% of our procurements are from the women-owned enterprises, which is slightly below the target of 3%, but still we are confident that none of the other public sectors are able to meet this level. And also on the other front, we are having a very robust order book of more than 2 lakh crores. In India presently around 176 gigawatt of power equipment has already been supplied by BHEL, and we already have an order of more than 25 gigawatt of the equipments to be supplied within the next 4 years. So there is a huge potential. We are requiring a lot of suppliers. On our website supplier.bhl.in, we have listed out all the items for which we require suppliers as well, and we would be very, very happy if you could partner with us. So one important aspect, like many other speakers were also talking, I mean, forget about the days wherein public sector used to get contracts, then process it by part and things like that. No, now the approach has totally changed. We enter into MOUs with lot of private players. We have in fact bagged 2 of the biggest orders in the solar now with the back-to-back as a pre-bid tie-up. I mean, whatever is the portion that we also want the industry to grow along with us. We give the design, we give the technology, and we ask them to integrate and come up with the total package solution as well. So by this, there is a cost saving to us as well, and there is new entry into the solar market. And now recently we have forayed into the BESS as well. So there is a huge opportunity in this field because there is approximately a 40 gigawatt of RE business which is coming over by 2030. So the details of the items for which we require the business partners are available on our website, and you can contact us as well for any further information. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Love to thank you. Especially we are grateful for the way you highlighted the procurement opportunities for MSMEs, and more importantly, your encouragement towards partnering with women-owned enterprises. Your emphasis on inclusion, accessibility, and creating pathways for women entrepreneurs to participate in solar and energy ecosystem has deeply resonated with all of us, I'm sure. Thank you so much, sir. Use each and every opportunity whenever it is knocking your door, isn't it? Shamla ma'am, thank you so much for bringing him for the day. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, I would like to hand over the mic to Boneshwari ma'am, President of Awake, to conclude the session.
So anyway, from past 2 days, like yesterday also we proposed the vote of thanks, and today also in the morning proposed vote of thanks on behalf of GCPAT also, and for thanking all the partners. So of course, it's almost 6 o'clock. We have just returned you with, like pull you down for this last session. So anyway, once again, thank you so much. Thank you all of you for your patient hearing and patient sitting over here. But here on this platform, I would like just to convey my thanks to Mr. Santosh. Mr. Santosh, the founder from GCP IT. So we just started working with him from past 4 to 5 months back. So when he proposed that, why don't Awake and GCP IT together have this global conference? So since we are expertise and carry that legacy of entrepreneurship from 4 decades, so you would be the right partner for, along with him for, doing up this MSME and Women in Business Leadership Summit. So thank you so much, Santosh, for partnering with us and being with us for these 2 days, and thank you so much.
I think a year back, I got a call from Hema madam for collaborating with another association called Click. And then Hema madam came closer to us. We started discussing a lot of things. And when she joined Awake and she started talking about there's a food center of excellence and various other things, let's work. So we thought of, okay, let's work. So there is a common connection. So we started the journey. And I'm really happy the way they have collaborated. I don't have any challenge. I'm looking forward doing at least twice, two large events in a year, every year. And I'm also planning, so don't worry, I'm very happy to know that. So that is good. You have identified the right talent that I have. Good. So, so what we are looking for is basically that we, as planned, we also wanted to have some of our Awake member coming and traveling along with us in Dubai and Singapore. That has been planned so that they can get the international exposure. That is one I am commitment giving. And then also we are planning to do how we can celebrate in a great way during the World MSME Summit and this global conference. So these are the 2 things that we would like to work together. And definitely on the food security, as committed, that we'd like to work and mobilize fund for Food Center of Excellence under the United Nations project. That's all. So this is my commitment from my side, and I'm there. And look forward to having the same support with that under the new presidents. Thank you so much.